Hello, everyone. Welcome to the theory class. Today, we're going to be going over lesson 16. So before we get started, let's go ahead and do our evaluation for lesson 15. Okay, here we go. Ready? Crave. Do you crave certain foods? Crave. Number 2, blot. Blot out the error. Blot. Number 3, advertise. Did you advertise in the paper? Number 4, shove. Do not shove her. Number 5, regular. Use regular gas. Number 6, colt. Is the colt over in the corner? Number 7, wave. Wave the flag. Number 8, belief. What is your belief on the situation? Number 9, satisfy. Did it satisfy you? Number 10, felt. He felt terrible about it. All right, let's look at our keyboard chart, and you're going to compare your notes with the keyboard chart, see how you did. Okay, number 1 is crave. K-R long A final V. Number 2, blot. Initial B-L-O-T. Number 3, advertise. T short I final Z. Number 4, shove. S-H-O final F-B. So it's spelled with an O, so we keep it with an O. Number 5, regular. R-E-G. Number 6, colt. K long O-L-T. Number 7, wave. To wave a flag gets a flag. W long A with the flag, F-B. Waive your rights is not flagged. Belief is a squeeze, B-L long E-F. Satisfy, S-A-F. And number 10 is felt, initial F-E-L-T. All right, so if you missed any of those, go back and practice them before you move on to this lesson, lesson 16. Everything builds from the previous lesson. So I know I say that every time, but it's so important that you follow that. You follow those guidelines. All right, so let's look at 16.1. So if you haven't already done so, print out your handouts and pause this if you need to get these printed. All right, so today we're going to learn about diphthongs. It's kind of a funny word, diphthongs. Basically, a diphthong is a sound formed by the combination of two vowels in a single syllable. So we've got the oi, ah, and ow. So such as toy for oi, how for ow, and ah, you've got the word all. So those are some examples of oi, ow, ah. Okay, so if you notice 16.1, it says OU, diphthong OU. We're going to start with our words that have the ow sound. So the first word is out, out. So we're writing that as O-U-T, out. Okay, foul, like did you foul out of the game? F-O-U-L, foul. Now, if you notice the next word over to the right of that is F-O-W-L. That's like a domestic hen. That has to be flagged because we don't want it to conflict with foul. Did you foul out of the game? So that is going to be written with the asterisk. You're going to have to flag that one, okay? Howl, H-O-U-L. So the way that we write the ow is our two thumbs on our left and our right. Ow, O-U. Okay, it's a pretty easy stroke. It's more being able to hear the word and knowing it's an ow word. Lout, that's an awkward person, L-O-U-T. Tout, T-O-U-T. Shout, S-H-O-U-T. Bout, B-O-U-T. Owl, O-U-L. Cowl, K-O-U-L. Route, R-O-U-T. Now, route, R-O-U-T, is actually to dig or to uncover something. If you get the other route, such as route, like what route did you take, that would be written as R, long U-T, so you don't have a conflict, okay? So we've got route, which means to dig or uncover, and then route, which is spelled R-O-U-T-E. That's written with the long U, okay? Spout, S-P-O-U-T. Hour, possessive hour, our car, O-U-R. Then we have hour. What hour did you arrive? H-O-U-R. Bowel, B-O-U-L. Towel, T-O-U-L. Dowel, that's like a piece of wood to hold a window shut. Dowel, D-O-U-L. Pout, P-O-U-T. Trout, T-R-O-U-T. Shower. Now, even though shower, really, you can hear the two syllables, shower, we're going to combine it as shower, S-H-O-U-R, shower. Okay. Now, let's look over in line 6, power. I want to talk about that. Power is written as P-O-U-R because of the ow sound. But I would like to write down a couple of things for you. And I would like you to write this down. I'm going to write this on the whiteboard, and then I want you to make some notes about this. Okay. Now, power. If you notice that power, make a little box here. Okay. So, power is written as P-O-U-R, right? But then we've got pour, as in pour me a drink. Pour, P-O-U-R, is going to be written with a long O. Okay, then we've got the pour on your face. That one is flagged. Okay, that particular pour is going to be flagged. P, long O, with the flag. P, long O with the flag R, pour. And then we've got poor, as in not having a lot of money. That family is poor. Remember our words that are spelled O-O, we're writing them as A-O on our machine. So that's going to be P-A-O-R. So if you notice, we've got power, pour, as in pour me a drink, pour, P long O-R, pour, that's on your face, P long O-R with the flag, and poor. They are a poor family, P-A-O-R. Okay, so please write those down on your handout so you don't get those mixed up. Okay, now the next word is tower. This is a lot like power. Tower, T-O-W-E-R, that is going to be written as T-O-U-R, tower. Okay, now I want you to write tour, the word tour. The band will tour the United States. That's a long U. T long U-R, tour. And then we have tore. She tore her Achilles tendon, tore. That's going to be T long O-R. So tower, tour, tore. Okay, so those are tricky, so I really want you to write those down so that you don't forget. Power, pour, and pour. Tower, tour, tore. Okay. All right. So I'm going to save that and go back into the class. All right. Now, after tower, we've got sound, S-O-U-N-D, bounce, B-O-U-N-S, count, K-O-U-N-T, douse, D-O-U-S, cloud, K-L-O-U-D, loud, L-O-U-D, couch, K-O-U-F-P, the C-H, don't forget we write our C-H with F-P, found, F-O-U-N-D, mouse, M-O-U-S, scout, S-K-O-U-T, ounce, O-U-N-S, snout, S-N-O-U-T, pound, P-O-U-N-D, vouch, V-O-U-C-H, doubt, D-O-U-T, town, T-O-U-N, down, D-O-U-N, how, H-O-U, cow, K-O-U, now, N-O-U, sprout, S-P-R-O-U-T, and clown, K-L-O-U-N. So it doesn't matter if the word has the O-W spelling or the O-U spelling. If it has the ow sound, we're writing it as O-U. Okay. All right. Moving on over to 16.2, which is a sentence drill. Again, anything that's underlined tells you that you need to phrase it. Take me out, period. Take me out today, period. I hear an owl, period. I hear an owl now, period. Now go down to line 17, the second sentence over. It says, shout when the team does well. Does is going to be written as D-U-Z. D-U-Z. It's not written with an S because we don't say does. It's does. Okay, line 9. I will buy a new power tool. Power, P-O-U-R. Now, the next sentence over says, it will take us an hour to tour the tower. That's a little tricky one. So hour, it'll take us an hour, H-O-U-R, to tour, T long U-R, the tower, T-O-U-R. Okay, and then down in line 13, first sentence says, how was it found? Don't forget to phrase the was, were phrases. How was, H-O-U, final F-S for was. Okay, anything with were is final R-P. Okay. All right, moving on over to 16.3. We've got our next diphthong, which is oi. Oi is written with the O-I, oi. Okay, so the first word we have is toy, T-O-I, toy. Boy, B-O-I. Point, P-O-I-N-T. Oil, O-I-L. Loyal, L-O-I-L. Toil, T-O-I-L. Joy, J-O-I. Soil, S-O-I-L. Boil, B-O-I-L. Royal, R-O-I-L. Foil, F-O-I-L. Void, V-O-I-D. Koi, K-O-I. Noise, N-O-I-Z. Notice it's written with a Z. Coil, K-O-I-L. Join, J-O-I-N. Coin, K-O-I-N. Broil, B-R-O-I-L. Voice, V-O-I-S. groin, Groin, soy, SOI, spoil, SPOIL, droid, DROID, joint, JOINT. Now let's talk about line 7, the first word there, choice. Now, choice has a CH sound, the cha-cha. And we haven't really gone over this too much yet, but we will eventually. So let's talk about the CH. We don't have our C over here, so what we're going to do is use the KH for CH. So anytime we have a word that starts with CH, we're going to borrow the K for the C. And actually the C is the KR, but we can't possibly do KR, the KR along with the H, because it would look like the KL. So what we do for CH words is we use the KH for CH. So choice is going to be written as KHOIS, choice. Okay. Loin, LOIN. Poined. Poined is a law term. It means to take the property of a debtor by way of distress. Poined, POIND. Enjoy. Now, enjoy is going to be 2 strokes. So we're going to use the EN. We're going to spell it with an E because it's spelled in English with an E. Enjoy. Sometimes I get that question from students, can I write it with an IN? But it's spelled EN, that's the prefix, so we're going to keep it with the EN. In, and then joy, JOI. Okay. All right, 17.4, we've got a sentence drill, and it practices all those words that have the oi sound. Roy has a toy. Don't forget to flag Roy, because that's somebody's name. It's 1 syllable. Roy has a new toy. And again, if you see 2 words underlined, that tells you that you need to phrase them. Okay. Looking down in line 5, it says boil the water for tea. Don't forget your brief for water, WAUR. Okay. Line 8, Troy will oil the car. Troy will oil your car. Troy is going to be flagged because it's 1 syllable and it's a proper name. Okay. Anything else there? Looks good. Moving on over to 16.5. We've got another diphthong. These are the ah words, words that have the ah sound. Okay, so anything with an ah sound is written as AU. And we have talked about that a little bit with the broad A words. Now, if you notice in line 1, we've got the word ought, bought, sought. These are all spelled OU in the English spelling, but there is a rule. Any words that have the final GT ending, such as ought, bought, sought, even if they're spelled with an O, because it's OU, it's different from the words that are spelled with an O. So in the past, if you have a word that's spelled with an O but has an ah sound, we still write it with an O. But there is one exception. If a word is spelled and has the GHT ending, it doesn't matter if it's spelled OU or AU, we're going to write it with the AU. Okay? So if you notice, OUGHT is spelled OU in the English language, but we're going to write it as AUGT. So just understand and know that it's different from words that are spelled with O, and we keep it with an O. Okay, that's always been the rule. If it was spelled with an A and has an ah sound, we write it as AU. But there's one exception, and they are words that end with GHT, such as ought, bought, sought. Okay, caught is spelled with an AU, so it makes it easy. But write that down if you feel like you may forget it. Write that rule down, okay? All right, so now let's look at bought. B-O-U-G-H-T is the way it's spelled in the English language, but we're going to write it as B-A-U-G-T, okay? Sought, again, S-A-U-G-T. Caught, K-A-U-G-T. Taught, T-A-U-G-T. So we're always, if it's spelled with a G-H-T, doesn't matter if it's spelled in English with the O-U, we're going to write it as A-U, okay? Now we've got taught, different spelling than the first taught, and we're writing that as T-A-U-T, okay? Call, K-A-U-L. Law, L-A-U. Raw, R-A-U. Crawl, K-R-A-U-L. Wall, climb up the wall, W-A-U-L. Shawl, S-H-A-U-L. Stall, S-T-A-U-L. All, I have all the homework collected, A-U-L. Fall, F-A-U-L. Jaw, J-A-U, aw sound. Now, line 5 and line 6, we're going to talk about ball, haul, and maul. If you notice, these are all spelled ball, the first ball, first haul, and first maul. They're all spelled with A-L-L. And if you notice next to that, we've got the same sound but a different meaning for the word. So we don't want a conflict. So there's 3 exceptions. So we don't have a conflict with these words that have the A-L-L spellings. So if you notice, ball, bounce the ball, is written as B-A-L, almost just like it's spelled in English, except we're leaving out one of the L's, okay? Then notice next to ball, the baby will bawl. That is written as B-A-U-L. And again, I guess we could choose to flag it because there is a conflict, but it's easier to not have to flag, so that's why we have come up with a different way to write it so that we don't have to flag it. We don't want to flag unless we absolutely have to. Okay, let's look at hall. Walk down the hall, written as H-A-L, just like it's spelled in English, except we're leaving off one of the L's. And then haul, will you haul away the trash? H-A-U-L. All right, then we have mall. Let's go to the mall. M-A-L. And maul, the dog will maul you. M-A-U-L. So make yourself a little note if you have to. Notice that there are similarities between B-A-L-L, H-A-L-L, M-A-L-L. Okay, now with that being said, I don't want you to get those confused with other words such as call. We don't have a conflict with more than one call, so we don't have to worry about changing any of the other ones like tall, call, and things like that. Okay, these are the only 3 that we have to change up a little bit differently so that we don't have a conflict. Okay, all right. Notice that next to mall we have sauce, S-A-U-S, vault, V-A-U-L-T, daunt, D-A-U-N-T, gaunt, G-A-U-N-T, haunt, H-A-U-N-T, paw, P-A-U, fraud, F-R-A-U-D, cause, notice it's got a final Z, not an S, it's not cost, fault, F-A-U-L-T, malt, M-A-U-L-T. Even though malt is spelled M-A-L-T, it has an A sound, so we write it with an A-U. Saw, S-A-U, jaunt, J-A-U-N-T. Now let's look at the next word, aunt. My aunt is here, A-U-N-T. Now, we also have the word ant, like the red ant will bite you. That is written as A-N-T, short A. That's the difference between ant and aunt. Okay, mauve, M-A-U-V, gauze, G-A-U-Z, thaw, T-H-A-U, straw, S-T-R-A-U, hawk, H-A-U-K, claw, K-L-A-U, lawn, L-A-U-N, dawn, D-A-U-N, and there's a great reason why we flag the proper name dawn, because we don't want it to conflict with dawn. Let's get up in at dawn. Okay, and the last word, yawn, Y-A-U-N. All right, so if you have any questions about those, just let me know. 16.6 is a sentence drill that focuses on the ah words. Again, notice in line 2, first sentence says, call me today. Call is going to be K-A-U-L because of the ah sound. Okay. Line 4, sentence 1, it says, it was down the hall. It was. Don't forget to phrase it was. Initial T, final FS. Haul, H-A-L. So we don't conflict with haul away the trash. He sought a good job. Sought is going to be written as S-A-U-G-T. And again, if you need to, write it above, write in steno above the word how you would write it so that when you go to do your homework, you're not making any mistakes if that's what it takes. Okay. He will haul it in his truck. Again, haul it, H-A-U-L. Okay. Line 7, take me to the ball game. The ball game is today. That ball is B-A-L. Line 8, she went to the mall. Again, mall, M-A-L. Line 9, we've got ball. Again, B-A-L. Line 10, the hall was too narrow. Hall, H-A-L. And looking down in line 17, it says the child will bawl if he is upset. Again, child. So there's one of our CH words. So we're going to write it as K-H long I-L-D. Okay, will bawl, or meaning cry, B-A-U-L. If he is, make sure you phrase if he is, F-E-S, if he is upset. Okay. The dog will maul you. Maul, M-A-U-L. All right. So let me know again if you have any questions about those. Moving into 16.7, we have some new briefs and phrases. All right, let's look at some of those. Tonight, written as T-O-N-T. Business, B-short-I-Z, biz. Together, T-O-G-T. Now we've got line 2, advice and advise. They're definitely different, spelled different, and the meanings are different. Advice is a noun, advise is a verb. So the noun would be, let me give you an example. He gave good advice. Okay, that is a noun, and that's going to be written as V short I-S. Okay, then we have the verb advise. Will you advise me as to what to do? That's going to be written as V short I-Z. And you can hear it when somebody is dictating sentences. You're going to hear that. He gave good advice. I need you to advise me. So you can hear the difference between the S and the Z. Okay. All right. Then we have necessary, written as N-E-S. Necessary. Correspond, K-O-R. Correspondence, K-O-R-N-S. Correspondent, K-O-R-N-T. And the last brief is report, R-O-R-T. Okay. All right. Moving on over to 16.8, that is a brief drill. Make sure that you separate each brief or phrase with a comma. That way it makes it really easy to go back and look at your notes to see how you did. It also makes it easy when I go through and look at your notes as well. So make sure you separate each of these with the comma. Otherwise, your complete sentences are fine because you either have an interrog or a period at the end of the sentence. So those are fine. Okay, and looking on over at 16.9, those are practice sentences, practicing your new briefs and phrases. Okay, and again, if it's underlined, that just means to phrase it. And 16.10, we've got days of the week. Exciting. All right, so these are considered briefs and they're days of the week. So let's check these out. Okay, Monday, M-O-N, Monday, mun. Tuesday, T-U-S, tus. Wednesday is W-E-N-S. And I've had students in the past ask me, why can't we write Wednesday as wed? Well, obviously because it will conflict with wed. They will wed next month. Okay, so we have to write it as W-E-N-S, wins. Okay, Thursday, T-H-U-R-S. Friday, that's a short I, F-R short I. Okay, then we've got Saturday, Sart, S-A-R-T, Sart. Sunday, S-U-N-D. Again, I've had students ask me in the past, why can't we write sun? Because it will conflict with the sun is out today. So we have to add the D, S-U-N-D, sund. Okay. 16.11. These are sentences that are practicing your new days of the week briefs. Again, if they're underlined, that means you need to phrase them. And that's the last part of lesson 16. So you're going to shut off this recording, and when you have done the lesson at least 3 times, preferably 4 or more, then you can come back in and watch the read back portion of the class. So again, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you soon. Have a wonderful day.